Well, howdy, y'all. Ted Lasso. Anybody watch that show? Um, Here I go. Memory planning yet again. I was going to take this one out. I had recorded it and then I was just like, no, maybe I won't put this because it's pretty not eventful, but eventful at the same time. So I guess I just keep trying to reiterate that you can absolutely memory plan, even if there's not like super exciting things going on. If you just want to look back and think or see, what was I doing on March 16th? This is a good way to do it. And if you have millions of stickers like I do, this is your chance to just use all of them, all the colors, all your tombos. Just let's do it. Let's use it all. Make it so fun and interesting. So anyway, rant over. I used a sticker out of Happy Planner, that etc. end of thinking capacity, because yeah, that's how I'm feeling after this week of daylight savings time change. How are y'all doing with the change? I am still trying to work it out. My body's still trying to work it out. We're still trying to not go to bed until like 11 o'clock. And that's just not working out. So each day I just felt like more and more tired. But hopefully it'll be situated after this coming weekend. We'll see. So yeah, that's where I just was like, oh boy, let me write this down in all caps. Use my Tombow, and then I just outlined it in my pen. Which one did I use? The Uniball Jetstream Naturally. That need a nap sticker. Oh my gosh. Yes. Times 10. And so I was writing first thing this AM, had to write up a blurb about myself for my boss. Everybody in the company had to do it. But why is that just one of those things, especially if you're put on the spot? He was just, I need a blurb. I need you to write some things about yourself, that just only the whole company's going to read. No big deal. So I wasn't ready. So I put in there, why is that so annoyingly hard? Maybe just the fact that it was on the spot, but also it's just weird. And I don't want to say uncomfortable. That's not the right word, but just odd to have to write, a little something about myself. He's kind of like, not, you don't have to brag, but just, if you only had like a few minutes with someone, what's important that you would want them to know? So I said, okay, I can do that. Let me do that. My job is so great. I probably say that a little too much, but our crew is awesome. So it was just funny thinking about it. I could probably write a blurb about everybody in the office and you would know the essence of that person. But when it came down to me and just having to think about it super fast on the spot, it was not as easy. So, but I did it. I got myself together and put a little something together to send him. And I had already had coffee at home. But then as soon as I got to work, I started checking my emails and I was thinking, no, I need some Earl Grey. Let me get some tea. So put the kettle. We have a kettle in the kitchen at work. So I put the kettle on and made me some tea. It was also really cold. We had been having some warm days here in North Texas. And then all of a sudden the weather was like, here, hold my beer. It's about to change. Get ready. So it started to go down to, I think, like the 60s and then the 50s. And then by the weekend time, it's like freezing warning, like back in the 30s. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? So anyways, a day we do like those random fun celebration holidays at work. And it was, naturally, St. Patrick's Day was coming up. So they had a celebrate St. Patrick's Day by, meal on us or snacks on us that are green. And so first thing that came to my mind was guacamole. So one of my other coworkers Thought that was a great idea. So then it just kind of went from there. It was like, well, what else is green? Lettuce that can go on tacos and enchiladas verde. Oh, and then we just kept going from there and there. So a green snack ended up being guacamole, chips, queso, tacos, quesadillas, pretty much everything. And it was amazing. This little place that's around the corner on Amia's is super good. They have super great margaritas, but since we were working, they even put in the email, no green beer and no margaritas. I was like, dang, because if you didn't put it in there, I might have tried to get away with it. So then, once again, our weather is cray-cray here. It was like alerts everywhere that there is a tornado warning, and they had already spotted one. So that's cool. And then you see me doing the most horrible attempt at utilizing a Tombow and a pen to write or to draw, scribble, a really bad tornado. But I mean, I feel like it's pretty accurate, maybe, in my head anyway. So yeah, so I put that down just to notate that. And actually, after the fact, we found out that I think 3 touched down and one specifically touched down like maybe a few miles from my job. So that was kind of freaky. But anyway, so we were kind of looking at the weather and the radar, and all of a sudden, it was probably like we still had an hour left of work, but my boss comes to the back and he was pretty nice in letting us go early. He just was, I think he was watching the weather too. So he comes back there and he was like, if y'all want to go, you should probably go now, because they're saying tornado slash rain, heavy rain slash hail. And I don't like the H word. So I said, well, let me get the hail out of here. And we did. So, yeah, so we took off right in time. I think maybe a little over halfway home, it started doing that just disgusting pouring rain where it's hard to see. And I mean, luckily though, since the time change, it was still really bright out. It was just, kind of dark because of the clouds and whatnot. But one thing I noticed though, and maybe it's just me, comment below if you know, but there was a bunch of people driving with their hazards going. Now, I thought that was illegal. I thought that you're not supposed to do that. I mean, unless you really have like a car problem going on. But just to be driving with your hazards on, I'm talking, I saw at least more than a dozen people, at least a dozen for sure, but I feel like more, that were driving with their hazard lights on. We know it's bad weather, y'all. We see, we're driving together, but just do what you're supposed to do. Stay away from people. Don't drive up each other's butts, and it'll be all right. But anyways, I was just wondering. I hadn't seen anything like that ever before that I can remember. It was just a lot of hazard lights flashing. And this was people in the right lane, the middle lane, the left lane, all the lanes. So I don't know. So anyways, I left work early and then got home, and I mean, the storm was pretty much done about 10 minutes-ish after I got home. So Hubs and I started watching Ted Lasso. Has anybody watched that? Oh my gosh, this is the cutest show. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I do, but it's hilarious. Like, it's super cute. Actually has some pretty good messages in there, and it's funny. But yeah, so we were watching that, and it did hail a little bit at my house. Like, you could hear it, just the little ping, 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 the little pea-size maybe hail, but not too bad. And then after Hubs left, I got in a workout at home, which was glute focused. So it was a lot of squats, did a lot of deadlifts, a heavier day. So then I threw in some hip thrusts, and man, my cheeks were like, okay, we feel this. So then I'm finishing up with, I had I think I added another sticker there at the bottom, and then some washi, like always, getting through this washi stash. And that is the cutest washi with the little fries and the burgers, even though that's not what I had today. But I mean, it's just super cute. So how could I not? And that's going to wrap it up, guys. I appreciate you watching. Thank you. See you soon.